So there was a 54-minute special meeting of the Oklahoma Criminal Justice Authority, so the jail trust, to approve the recommendations of CJAC, which is the Oklahoma County Criminal Justice Advisory Council, to construct a new jail. This will now go to a vote of the county commissioners to move forward in the process. There needs to be a lot more discussion on this, but basically what it comes down to is everybody believes that the old jail is not salvageable and we need a new one, which, okay, like I can agree with that, like, basic premise. The old jail is terrible. It's a human rights violation. Nobody should be kept there. But now the question is, how do we move forward? And this proposal is a new jail at a cost of $300 million, but also with like escalators for other things. So, I mean, like, there's like another 150 million baked in there that it could cost depending on what we do and how it looks and all this other stuff, that would be capable of housing up to 1,800 prisoners, which is 50% larger than the jail we currently have, which had a built capacity of 1,200. And with 400 of those beds dedicated to inmates with mental health or medical health issues. Payment package that they proposed is 100%, $154 million of our ARPA money, which is the coronavirus rescue plan response package that Congress passed that has to be spent by like sometime in 2024. So we got plenty of time, folks. We don't got to rush this. And then another component includes the issuance of general obligation bonds that are currently expiring and some other clever financial engineering potentially. So this proposal is, I'm just gonna give my take with the caveat that I can amend this later if new details emerge. But like right now, this proposal would massively expand the carceral state in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, because we're the largest county in the state. It is a insane amount of money, like $300 million, just to put even just the $300 million in perspective. That is twice what we are spending on all the MAPS 4 projects for social services. So like the homeless housing, the mental health facility, the diversion hub, the Palomar thing, this jail will cost twice that. And I think the point that needs to be made is like, so the concern right now with the policymakers that, as far as I can tell, and I've talked to some people who are very much in the middle on this, is they're worried that if you build it too small, we'll just overcrowd it like we have the current one. And I respect that. Like, overcrowded jail is really bad. But my issue is why is the Oklahoma County Jail overcrowded? And that's the $300 million question. Because if you were to cut Oklahoma's incarceration rate by half, we would be the equivalent of Iowa, Nebraska, North Carolina, all these states that are just fine. Like, they aren't violent cesspools of crime. They don't have jails. They don't have like the most deadly county jail in the country. I mean, like, I get you can blame a lot on the design of this jail and that the building has significant problems. But the underlying problem is Oklahoma locks up way too many fucking people. And putting ourselves on the ticket for another, like, these bonds are like 25-year bonds. So it's like, that's a 25-year obligation. I mean, Coronavirus CARES Act, or coronavirus money, like, hopefully is only a once in 100-year thing. But I mean, you're going to take money that we get once in a generation and dedicate it to building a much larger jail. And like, it just seems, before you do the decarceration that we need to do, before you do the reforms to the system we need to do, like not punishing people for every stupid thing that happens, or their mental health or their addiction issues or whatever. I mean, before you address any of that in any like real way, you're going to go and build a $400 million, $300 million, $400 million jail. Like, that seems nuts to me. Like if the argument was we've got to build a new facility to hold people that are, convicted of crimes while we figure out what to do with them. Like, okay, fine, build something smaller and then let out the rest, or build something that is not really a jail for other people. I mean, like, I just feel like there's so many more options that need to be on the table before we build, because an 1,800 person jail, I mean, it's a jail. Like, it's not the best place for medical people. It's not the best place for mentally ill people. It's not the best place to treat addiction. It's not the best place for poor people to sit out fines and fees, that didn't really do anything. I mean, did something that probably shouldn't even be a crime in the first place. Like, it's like there's so many people in that county jail right now that it makes zero sense to hold them in a jail. Like, just build something else, anything else, like, really. So I don't know. I mean, I can accept the harm reduction argument of needing a new jail from a point, but I think if you build an 1,800 person jail, like, you will have an 1,800 person jail. Like, they will fill it. It will not do any of the things you need it to do. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a jail, Yeah, 84% pre-trial, right. I mean, like, 84% of the people, and sometimes it's over 90% of the people there, are there pre-trial. They haven't been convicted of anything. I mean, it's like, you'd be better off spending millions of dollars on the court system to hire a bunch more judges so you can just clear through dockets faster. Like, so people don't have to wait on court dates. I mean, there's so many things you could do that would be far cheaper than a $300 million jail. And it just seems nuts that we're not doing that. Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.